aircraft fire, because to me, if I'm in an aircraft, I don't care if it's a 22 or a 90 millimeter howitzer. If you're shooting at me, it's anti-aircraft fire. And we went down. And I remember this man here dragging me out of a burning helicopter.
Were you in the helicopter at the time, or were you nearby?
That,
By
unfortunately, I
coincidence.
don't have a recollection of.
Okay.
I know he wasn't in the helicopter.
Mm-hmm.
I was the only passenger in the helicopter.
Okay. You saw these kids in the field. You saw these people die. Do you know basically how many people you're talking about were killed?
I would have no idea. There would.
Were there villages? I mean, was it a village like
No,
children,
it was not a village.
women?
It was in the jungle.
Okay.
And there
were
had
they
to
all
be.
men?
There could have been. We didn't bother to do a body count.
No, but I'm just generally speaking.
What we saw were men.
Soldiers, I imagine.
Yes.
Okay.
If you want to call.
They were armed, in other words.
Oh yes.
Okay. All right, just trying to get
With
the
everybody's
setting.
favorite weapon, the AK-47.
Yeah.
Except
All
the
right.
two that were carrying M16s and M14s.
Okay, so, and this was what year?
1967.
And you were there on a black operation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And do you have any other memory of that specific incident?
No.
That's it.
There are memories that are trying to surface that either I'm intentionally blanking or they have been blanked extremely well. Because we know that the government can implant false memories and wipe out your memory and give you a whole complete life. Now, if that happened to me, I don't know. But my son and I have talked, we were talking about something entirely different, and all of a sudden I feel a light come on. But I can't get anything to illuminate with that light.
Have you attempted to be regressed?
No.
Are you worried about the impact on you of these unrecovered memories?
Bring it on, it's exciting.
Oh, really? So you're willing, you're willing to be regressed?
Would be very hard to hypnotize.
Okay, this is something you know about yourself.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Would you be willing to try it?
Sure.
You would? Okay.
As long as it's here.
Here in Pahrump, Nevada,
Here
or
in
here
my
at your house? Uh-huh.
This
Why
house,
is that?
This house is a sanctuary for me.
Okay.
I can relax here like I can relax no other place.
When you said you travel around the United States from time to time, do you have memories come back to you when you're traveling? Do you feel threatened when you're outside this area in
No.
some way?
What happens is I have severe post-traumatic stress disorder. And I take many precautions to make sure that I'm never in a place where I can be by myself, at night particularly. Or if I go somewhere, I meet somebody. But I always have to call when I get home so they make sure I got home.
Because what might happen?
If I get triggered and I don't have an anchor, like Don or my son, I don't know what I would do.
Is this because of your memories of Vietnam or because of what you don't remember about Vietnam?
I think it's more because of what I don't remember. Duncan related an incident that he had in Lexington at the coffee shop.
Mm-hmm.
He'll relate that later.
Okay.
That I have absolutely no memory of.
So do you have missing time in your everyday life?
Not that I've been able to notice. But I have noticed that if I'm working on a computer, time to me is meaningless, really. I've stayed up for days.
So you have good concentration abilities.
I can get absolutely waylaid on things, can't I?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. You know, I'm going to tell you my impression. You sound like you're used to giving orders. Were you on a high rank when you were in the military?
Staff sergeant.
Staff sergeant. So that's not that high, right? In terms of military hierarchy.
No.
So I'm just wondering where that might have come from. Is this something you do? Because you said you work with computers. You build them and rebuild them?
Build them, repair them.
Repair them. Did that come from the military, that training?
Some of it did.
Some of them. You were in black projects, so they were top secret, So you had access to information, but you don't remember the information.
None of it.
Is it like your memories have been wiped?
I would have to say that yes, they wiped memories. Otherwise, I can recall things happening back to when I was 3 years old.
Okay.
But
But you can't recall.
there's a lot of time in the service I have to question where I was and what I was doing. And that's just surfaced over the last, well, since my son was 9, he's 20, he'll be 36, say 25, 26 years. I've had to question, what did I really do?
Do you have any idea what you did?
Well, it would have to be that I wasn't a nice guy.
Okay. I'm getting that.
And I really don't know.
Okay.
But I had this very vivid memory of Dunk.
Okay.
And memories of seeing John in Saigon.
Mm-hmm.
But there's other memories that I've had corroborated where I was actually attached to a swift boat base. When the base got hit, I was the last person off the base, and I come off a pier, caught on the life rails, which are 2 feet above the deck, which is 2 feet above the water line. Caught that, slammed my knees into the transom, and they pulled me up on the boat, and I laid and cried for 2 hours. I have that memory.
Where was that?
Quignon,
Where's that?
Vietnam.
Oh.
Right in the center of the coast.
So you must have been pretty young at this time, right?
Yeah, that happened in 1967, so I'd have been 26.
So you came from a military family. Is this right?
No, I came from a Sicilian family.
The Sicilian family. Okay. But your family was in the military?
My brothers were.
Not your father?
My father, no. My father owned a store, a garage, a bakery, 2 appliance stores.
So your mother said that you were going to remember some things, but that your memories that you had were not accurate, right?
That's correct.
But she didn't want to tell you anything else? Did
She
you
just
ever?
smiled. So
Did you quiz her?
When my mother gave you that smile, you didn't ask questions.
So what do you think happened? Do you have any idea? I mean, is your mother still alive?
Unfortunately, my mother died in 1993.
And you have a friend named John who I'm assuming was also in the military with you or with Duncan?
We're not. He had to be in the military, but we're not sure of who he was attached to.
Does he have memories? I mean, are his memories clear or not?
Actually, no, because he was asking me about some of the things, and I have vivid memories being maybe 13, 14, in a lab type setting